Do you want to learn the secrets that I learned from my dogs, which help in my corporate job? I'm Jen Churchill, and I help women grow in confidence from the inside out and the outside in using mindset, diet, exercise, supplements, and products so they look and feel amazing and can live their best life. In this episode, I thought we could have a little bit of fun, so I'm going to share with you 4 things I learned from my dogs which help me in my corporate life. I release a new episode every week, so if you don't want to miss out, hit that subscribe button underneath this video and you won't miss a thing. So some of you will know that I'm dog mom to Jessie, a black Labrador, who is my absolute shadow. She lies under my desk all day long and totally zens out under there. I also look after a guide dog part-time, Percy, the giant yellow Labrador, who, let me tell you, when he's off duty, is no more dutiful than a puppy, and he's 9 years old. So I absolutely adore this pair. And the other day I got to thinking, what if I could be more Labrador? What do they do that I should be doing in my corporate life? Well, what do I mean? Let's dive into the content and you'll see what I mean. So number 1, the dogs will bend the rules as far as they will go. They will test their boundaries on a constant basis and see what they can get away with. In this house, I'm the CEO, the canine executive officer, and they're the subordinates. And generally, I like the fact that they push their boundaries. It shows they have a sense of adventure, that they're seeking to get a little bit more out of life, seeing what else they can do. In the workplace, this might be testing biases, testing norms, seeing if a new way might be a better way of doing things. And generally, CEOs like that, senior board like the fact that we're looking for new and different ways of doing things. But every now and again, it is in those dogs' interest to show pure and total obedience. This is generally rewarded with a very well-earned gravy bone. Don't get me wrong, I don't want robots for dogs. And I think that's true of people in the workplace as well. People enjoy our personalities like I enjoy the dogs' personalities. Certainly in my workplace, people like to see spirit and personality rise to the top. But every now and again, you just have to do what they say you've got to do. Whether that's to keep you safe in a compliant kind of a way, whether that's to impress clients and show them that we have our way of doing things. It doesn't matter why you need to follow the rules. Just know that when you need to sit statute still and follow the rules to the letter. So number 2 is those dogs love having my attention, to the point that my iPad is the evil contender for their attention and gets knocked out of my hand. The hand that controls my mouse should definitely not be on my mouse, but on one of their heads, or if humanly possible, both of their heads. Yes, those dogs thrive on positive attention, and when they are happy, boy, do we know about it. So waggy tails. Jess wags her tail so much to the point that her whole body goes with her. She's absolutely hilarious. And Percy's got the most amazing smile. By the way, only a non-dog owner will ever tell you that a dog can't smile, right? If you know, you know. So that bit led me to thinking, how do we as people in the workplace make sure we're getting the positive attention that we need? Everyone is busy, right? So we need to make sure that the right people know that you're there, know what you need, know what you want. If you think you need some training, a discussion about a future career path, whatever it is, you need to make sure that the right people know what you need. A regular reminder of your needs is not a bad thing. It goes down really well, and it makes sure that you are getting the attention that you need. As long as you're professional and you're doing it with manners, nobody's going to mind. Now, as for thriving on positive attention, just like those dogs do, this is more of a tricky one, and it's kind of dear to my heart. I'm a bit of a geek about unconscious bias, and I know that's a technical term. But our unconscious bias actually causes us to react to positive attention in a certain way. So unconscious bias generally tells us not to big ourselves up and not to put too much of a light on ourselves. So it's particularly true of British people and particularly true of British women. We're not used to people bigging us up and giving us compliments, and we don't quite know what to do with it. It's just not the done thing, darling. Well, I say it should be. If you've done something really well that's not only been noticed but actually been complimented, then take the glory. We should all be thriving on positive attention, not giving it away. Just take the glory, enjoy the moment. You don't have to have a complete personality transplant. Just learn how to take a compliment, say thank you for it. Job's a good one. Or you could do a Jessie and wag your entire body in the office. That's entirely up to you, but however. So number 3, avoid biting at all costs. None of my dogs have ever bitten a soul, and I don't suggest you start in the workplace now. What I will say is a little growl is generally enough to get your point across. Aggression in the workplace is old school. It doesn't work like that anymore. Organisations used to be male dominated, and the person with the loudest voice often got their way. But life has changed, and if I can give any corporate woman advice on this topic, it would be this. Any woman who is perceived to be aggressive in the workplace will not only alienate the men, but they will alienate the women as well. I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that any of us become pushovers, but we need to learn to harness our feminine power and push it out as assertiveness and not as aggression. By doing this, you're far more likely to get the result that you want. And if you don't, see number 4 is coming up now. So number 4, no grudges to be held at any time. I can tell those dogs off. I can make them go and lie in their beds. I can send them to a pet hotel for a weekend or a fortnight. I have it on good authority. They don't understand duration, so I hold no guilt about that. But I'll tell you what will happen. The minute they can come flying back into my arms, that's exactly what they're going to do. No grudges held. I'm not suggesting you throw yourself into anyone's arms at work, but I'm sure you get my point. If something doesn't work for you, lick those wounds and get straight back into the professional ring. So that's it for today. 4 ways that my dogs help me curb my behaviour in the workplace. I came up with a load more, by the way, but I don't want to overload you, so maybe we'll do another episode of this another day. If you've enjoyed it, I would really appreciate a comment down below and a little thumbs up. It helps me to understand what you're enjoying, and it also helps other people to reach my content, so it's much, much appreciated. So in the meantime, you have a great week.